welcome. Now, for year 12s and 13s, I've just had some of the year 12s for a lesson, and I know Miss Freya was having a lesson as well. There was a slight breakdown in communication with us having you guys in here for this, but it's just going to be a talk, a short presentation on Yusa'id, the Yusa'id program. So what is that? You've heard the word come up. Some of you have been involved in it already. And how will that contribute to your internships? So for year 12s, you specifically see enrichment embedded into your timetable. So you have a period of enrichment where you carry out your internships. Year 13s, you're going through the process now of informing myself, Miss Freya or Miss Michelle, your free periods, so we can assign you your first and second choice internships and have you working across multiple ones. Now, the first thing to note is, last year when we launched the internship program, so in its infancy, it was Miss Freya's amazing idea. She got that off the ground, and then we started to work together to grow the internship program in the school, okay? Now, last year we probably had less than 20 kids on the internship program, so it's so easy to manage. We could have a couple in the clinic, a few here, a few there, a few in different places. Now, with 68 students across years 12 and 13, we have to be a little bit more intelligent how we put you guys and where we put you. For example, we could not have 20 learners in the clinic at one given time, because you'd probably be in the way, you'd be causing more problems than helping and supporting. So that is why it will look slightly different, that you may rotate across 1 or 2 different internships on a cycle. How will you benefit from that? Yes, number one, some of you are sat there and you're thinking, I only want to go into medicine, so I would only work in the clinic. Or I only want to go into something to do with finance or business, so I only want to work with the finance team. Fair enough, okay? But the more of an enriched experience you have across multiple internship programs, so one week you are working with the finance team, the next week you're working with the counsellor or a different team within the school or the marketing team. You are expanding your horizons and your experience, and you're properly immersed in the internship program, rather than saying I just did this specific role for 1 full academic year, okay? So it will make sense to you more. Today specifically about the Yusa'id program, obviously we have some of our support staff in the school, cleaning staff, our support staff who do an amazing job. You guys know all the work that they put in. Miss Freya is going to support and translate.
मैं आपको हिंदी में बताऊंगी, ओके? मेरी हिंदी एकदम शुद्ध वाली नहीं है, बम्बैया है तो चलेगा ना आपको? ये बच्चे भी हंस रहे हैं मेरे ऊपर, लेकिन मैं हिंदी में आपको एक्सप्लेन करूंगी.
Miss Freya's Hindi is much better than mine.
हाँ, मतलब मेरे को आती है ठीक से हिंदी, लेकिन मैं थोड़ा टूटी-फूटी वाली है, ठीक है? हाँ.
They're non-existent.
Okay, so the internship program, you guys know what is the aim of it. So I'm not going to read the words from the slide word for word, but you know why we have an internship program. Yes, some of you work outside school, and to add that to your CV and to add that to your profile is amazing. You're all aspiring to achieve good grade profiles, but with additional things like I worked in this internship program or I did this, it enhances you to the top of the pile. So when you're looking to apply for prestigious universities, what sets you apart from somebody else who is applying for the exact same role? Things like an internship program are why we run it, to give you that opportunity to showcase. You want letters of recommendation, you put it on your CV, ask. Of course we will do it and support you with that. You want to, that's not really needed for you to sit there.
No, you can talk when you start about Yusa'id, then I'll talk to them. Yeah.
Okay, so role of an intern, you guys just have a little read of that. I think the ownership, and we say this, is on you guys. Like modules where you are, or specific subjects where they're very coursework based, the ownership is on you when things are coursework based, so you have to do things externally. So some, like psychology for example, you will be working towards an exam. Yes, you'll go through all the modules and all the curriculum and all the content, but you're working towards an exam. If you then took a subject such as PE, most of the 50% of the actual overall grade is based on your practical ability. And your practical ability comes from you personally acquiring footage. So the internship program is very similar to that. The ownership is going to be on you. If you don't turn up to your allotted slot, allocated slots, if you're not putting in the right level of work, if you're just a token gesture, it becomes a chore, and you're like, internship today, I'm going to my place again, and you're just doing it, you will not receive number one certification to showcase that you've put in a specific number of hours, because that's not fair. Other people who are doing it properly, really, really passionate about what they're doing, you will show how many guided learning hours you took part in, which specific areas you worked in. You'll get letters of recommendation off us and then bespoke staff members relative to the...
I'm just going to add something in now. So for somebody who's been teaching 24 years and at least 15 has been directly with post-60 learners, which is all of you, this is a great opportunity, amazing opportunity to excel in things that you're not comfortable in. For example, you're not good at public speaking, you're not very organised, you don't know how to work with different groups of people, you're somebody who likes to control things, a bit of a megalomaniac like me and Mr. Donald. This is a good opportunity to be around people you trust, people you know, the people who you know what you're back, and start to do things you normally wouldn't have the confidence to do. Now, I know for a fact you guys are an extension of us as teachers and us in school. You take on a lot. And I don't want to be thankful, but thank you for everything you do, because we do appreciate you. Everything here, we said role of an intern is everything an employer would expect of their employee. We are preparing you also for the world of work. So this is really, really important. Okay? Not to pay all this to you, but the expectations are there for everybody. So, you're not going to believe this when I tell you this. When I was in school, up to year 11, I never spoke in public, never spoke in assembly. I was a very shy person. Can you imagine me? The few places I was very shy. And it was only when I left school and got to college that I got the confidence, because somebody believed in me to be a leader and do what you guys are doing now. Okay, so just think about it. Whatever you think you want to improve on, I would say put yourself out there, because you've got an amazing support system. Thank you.
Okay, so specifically for Yusa'id, so like we said, on your internship program, and there's going to be a lot more academic support roles in your internship, so you guys understand that. That will mean you are in the classrooms. A lot of you will be in classrooms supporting teachers, maybe in primary, maybe in secondary, maybe in specific specialist subjects, but we're going to try and get as many of you in the classrooms as physically possible. So you're getting hands-on experience to say that you have actively supported in teaching a specific year group or in a subject. For you guys to go in and teach some primary students about science in its basic form or math would be unbelievable, and the knowledge you'd be able to pass on to them, which some of you do already with brothers and sisters, would be unbelievable. So that's what we want to try and get across, supporting the teachers and supporting yourselves to deliver that information. So the internship program, so 7 periods a week. It will be different obviously for specific learners. Learners on the program will take 3 academic subjects along with the internship. So you're going to be reporting, and how will you be measured? How will the success of your internship program be measured? So myself, Ms. Freer, Mr. Donald and Ms. Kush, we've all been in meetings with one of the owners of our school, our COO, Mr. Kumar, and we've all put together like a grading rubric or a grading matrix. So it's based on soft skills. So
Do you know
soft
what
skills,
KPIs are? Anyone knows what
Who knows what
KPIs
KPI is?
What's a KPI? What does it stand for? Sorry? Yes, so they're called your key performance indicators. What do you think that would mean? For a teacher, what do you think are the key performance indicators? Whether she knows her subject, yeah? Okay, so their personality maybe, yeah? What are the things? The subject knowledge, yes? The delivery of the content, how they deliver the content, how is their behavior management? All of those are the different areas that you would be looking at. So we're looking at the key performance indicators. In our case here, we're looking at the soft skills, okay? More because the hard skills that you will be learning, which is the actual job, is a given. If you're working with accounts, you will learn what the work of the accounting department is, and you will help them with that. But the main objective here is for you to actually understand what are the different soft skills that you will be developing when you work in the world of work, okay? Which is problem solving, communication skills, and we've linked them to, what do we link them to? Yes, we bring them to HPL. We bring them to our ACPs and our EAAs. So this will then also translate onto your report cards as the fourth option that you take in your exams.
So at the end of your internship program, hopefully a successful end to your internship program, we are using subjective, qualitative words and terminology to give a quantitative grading matrix. And it's not an A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yeah, you're not going to be graded in that sense. It's just going to be, this is a true reflection in a number format based on the skills that you've completed of how well you've performed on your internship program. It's something tangible you can move forward with. It's something that you've got in front of you. It's actual data to showcase, here's my certificate, here's my letters of recommendation, and this is how I was graded on my internship program.
Do you know how this links to the world of work, to be very honest? Like, do you know why we even do this as a part of your internship program? So all of us as teachers, or you would know from your parents as well, we get appraisals. And based on our appraisals every year you will have your parents probably stressing around the time when they have appraisals, because their raise depends on their appraisal. And you will be appraised on the skills that are required for the job, and then all of these areas as well. And there has to be a way to quantify it. So if you start to understand this as someone who is in the system, so what is going to happen is you will then have a quantitative way to actually measure your performance on these areas. And this is something that we've created out of thin air. This is common practice in any organization. And you will understand that when you start working in the world, in the real world. Yeah.
Okay. So you get an idea of how it will be graded. I think for you guys, it's stepped up a level from last year. We've now got a proper system in place. It's not just like I do an internship at school. It's like if you buy into it and you do it properly, you will be rewarded. Yeah, you will really get that opportunity. Now, internship positions, as you all know, we've got multiple positions. They're going to be growing as the year goes on, as we actually develop the program as well. But specifically for Yusa'id, so obviously we have our support staff in the school. And yes, like we said, they do an amazing job. They're working tirelessly on things that you don't always even notice, or things that we take for granted. Like, is the school clean? Are the bathrooms available to use? Has this little thing been fixed, or does this work in the classroom? We take that for granted that it should be the case, but it's only because these guys are obviously working to make that happen. So to give something back as part of the program, and Miss Maria again, with who took part in the iftar event?
None of them are here actually, because we had the year 13s and then we had 2 learners in year 10 who are now in year 11.
Okay, so we had the iftar event. So there was an iftar event where all support staff, not only from our school but the other 2 schools, Dubai Scholars and Clarion, were invited to have an iftar together with learners from all 3 schools. So a very nice event, nice gathering, and obviously we want to do more of them things across the board. So it's to provide an inclusive network, and so you are all connected together. You will be running these events and championing them and preparing them and planning them, and they will be for enhancing certain skills that may not be apparent at this moment in time, and enhancing your own skills in terms of leadership and delivery. So, yeah.
So what we've done is we've looked at the UN sustainable goals, and then we've matched what fits our schools the best, and we've picked the goals from those to make sure that we're looking at what the United Nations recommends and then taking it closer home, so because charity begins at home, okay? And that's what the SIA programs will focus on. We're looking at professional development and growth, health and safety, work-life balance and well-being, recognition and appreciation, and then sustainable development goals line. Okay? One of the things that we did, like we spoke about, which was the iftar, we plan on having a lot more community events per term. I think in December we've got a boot camp plan. They don't know they've been planned to get to a boot camp, but that's what's going to happen. It's going to be fitness focused, because I think around November, December, the focus is going to be on fitness. So we're thinking of different things. We were planning a cricket match that we would have with staff versus students, different things that we will have in our schools across the 3 schools. But what are you going to do on a day-to-day basis is, now this one I'm going to explain in Hindi first, and then I'm going to explain in English, okay? Because I think they've not been waiting to understand why they're here. तो यूसाइड का जो मेन प्रोग्राम है, उसमें क्या होने वाला है, ये जो 12 और 13 के बच्चे हैं ना, वो लोग इंटर्नशिप करते हैं. तो इंटर्नशिप में क्या होता है, उन लोगों के पास जैसे फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, बायोलॉजी के लिए वो लोग क्लासेस के लिए जाते हैं, वैसे ही वो लोग अभी उन लोगों का एक्स्ट्रा पीरियड्स हैं जहाँ पे वो लोग इंटर्नशिप करेंगे। और जो बच्चों ने यूसाइड इनिशिएटिव चूज किया है वो बच्चे, उनका उनका काम क्या है, वो लोग आप लोगों के साथ सेशन रखेंगे। और लेकिन जब आपकी कहाँ पे दीपू का मैं आती हूँ, तो दीपू हमको बताएगी कि आप लोग कभी फ्री होने वाले हैं, ठीक है। तो सपोज आप बोलो कि 10:30 to 11:30 मंडे आप फ्री होने वाले हैं, तो बच्चे आपके साथ बैठ के आप लोगों को इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज स्किल्स, इंटरनेट स्किल्स, जो रियल लाइफ में आपके यूजफुल होने वाले हैं, वो सारे स्किल्स में आपके साथ आपका देखनी टीचिंग दो स्किल्स। डज दैट मेक सेंस? समझ में आया ना आपको? नहीं आया तो मुझे वापस बताइए, मैं बता दूंगी वापस से, लेकिन मेरी इंग्लिश हिंदी में सेंस ही, ठीक है। सो दैट्स बेसिकली यूसाइड। और इट्स हम लोग डिसाइड तो करें अभी, जैसे कि जो इंटरनेट स्किल्स या तो फिर इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज, अगर आप लोगों को लगे कि आपको ये कोई एरिया में, आप लोगों को कोई स्पेसिफिक एरिया में ट्रेनिंग चाहिए, तो ये बच्चे अगर दे आर क्वालिफाइड, वो उसमें भी आप लोगों को हेल्प करेंगे। तो वीकली टर्मली basis पे we can keep changing what we do. Okay?
There are 17 United Nations Sustainable Goals, and one of them is quality education. One of them is based on improving and enhancing the climate and what we offer. And this specific program focuses on them two key areas, but also other goals linking in with that, which is aligning with our school. So you see, a UN sustainable goal is to have good health and well-being. A very generic statement, but this program itself promotes that. For what we call our support staff in this program, the blue collar workers. But that's where you see blue collar workers or blue collar workers, that's what it's referring to. Okay? So Yusa'id first step, September 23, that's where we are now. For example, to promote health, hygiene and education awareness. So you will sign up for the Yusa'id program, which a lot of you have stated you would wish to be involved with, and you would be maybe delivering sessions on a healthy lifestyle, nutrition, and the importance of regular exercise. Just an example, or it might be an actual exercise session. It might be, as Ms. Freya said, a cricket match, but with our support staff and with us together. We might get students involved, other people who aren't in this room, but that's what it's going to look like. There's many different projects and events to upskill one another as practically possible. Again, Objective 1, October, to educate workers to be vigilant and open to access timely help from healthcare providers. So a suggested activity is an exclusive session to address common health issues among blue-collar workers, such as musculoskeletal disorders, respiratory problems, and stress management. So again, led by you, supported by us, you might be delivering things on how to deal with stress, or how to make your body in its fittest state possible, or how to take care of your health in specific ways. Or it might be, like Ms. Freya again organised last year, the beauty and discussion and general hygiene and health. It might be something like that. We get an outside speaker in, and you guys are leading and supporting that. It's an amazing project to say you've been part of and to be part of. Again, it might be something surrounding mental health, Objective 2, but the activity for that would be awareness campaigns on disease prevention, hygiene, and the importance of vaccinations. So we are upskilling one another, and our communities coming together by delivering different activities. December, we planned to run a 2-day boot camp, sports tournaments, friendly sports competitions such as football and cricket, fitness classes, outdoor activities, go on visits to places in Dubai. So the options and the potential for this is limitless. We're going to be working with the other schools as well, like Dubai Scholars specifically, to bring all the support workers across both schools, and you will be running events like this. So it might be you are going for a day out with all support staff to Dubai Mall, Burj Khalifa for the day, or we're having an event at Kite Beach where we're doing some fitness activities or some fun activities, but it's limitless so long as you guys make it limitless. If you're waiting for myself or Ms. Freya or Ms. Kush or somebody else to say, right, do this project next month for your side, or do this project with our support staff, it will have limitations. But if you're coming to us, and so many of you have got unbelievable ideas, and some of you, like for example, sent them us last year, but they couldn't be process, unfortunately, because like they wouldn't be approved by someone in the school, or it would take too much time, or we had inspections so they got put on the back burner. We don't want that to be the case. We would love all events to happen and everything to come to life. So if you guys have an idea about how you could develop our support staff and develop that relationship, you go with it, and it's run through Yusa'id. Okay?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions about the programs? We've given you a bit of information there, but do you have a better idea like what our actual vision is with the Yusa'id program and why we're actually doing it? Because it can be something special. If we do it properly, it can really be something special. They're all good with everything. Any questions?
आप लोगों को कोई है सवाल तो पूछ लेना यहाँ पे, क्योंकि ये तो आप लोगों के लिए फर्स्ट टाइम है, तो कुछ भी अगर बीच में प्रॉब्लम्स हुई तो आप लोग सॉल्व कर सकते हैं। लेकिन फॉर नाउ मेन चीज़ ये है कि इन लोगों के स्केड्यूल प्रोग्राम और एरियाज ऑफ इंटरेस्ट, क्योंकि हम लोगों को लगता है कि ये एरियाज में हम लोगों को सेशंस करने चाहिए, लेकिन अगर आप लोगों को लगता है कि एक्चुअली ये चीज़ ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है तो हम लोगों को बताओ, तो हम लोग उस हिसाब से बच्चों को भी ट्रेन करेंगे। ठीक है?
So if and when you attend the internship, so say next week you've been placed on your internship, Yusa'id was your choice, what are you actually going to do? So you'll be allocated a specific room, let's say it's I-11, and the starting point will be during that internship time frame, you're planning all this. So we've suggested some things there, that does not mean that's what has to be done. Okay, you might sit in the room and go, right, we want to run an event at the end of October for all the support staff, and our idea is this. Right, who agrees? Oh, whoa, you've got that different idea? Yeah, let's add to it, let's make it bigger. Then we plan the event, so the time is taken to plan it, and then the event is executed at the end of October.
To be very honest, this is the kind of initiative, if you are someone who's full of ideas and you want to do something in a different manner, because when you do other internships, there's a job profile. And you're going to stick to that job profile, turn up to your internship, and then come back after 40 minutes. This one has potential because it's not just within the realm of that role. We are actually doing it for the first time, just as you are, and the intention is to add value to the work that our blue collar workers are doing, which means we can do so much with it. And it is a mixture of having fun, creating awareness, thinking from their point of view, not just thinking, right, we have a lot of problems and solutions that we've been focusing on the learners of the school, but now they're looking at things like, like think of simple things, like I just spoke about, internet skills and all of that, but I didn't realize that, looking at the health problems that are specific to people who work in certain environments is an area that we wouldn't even talk about. But it would be a really good session for our biology students to deliver to them and talk about, and then link that to, we've now sourced out free health checkups for all of you. Please go and get those done. So you can make it really big. And just while we're talking, I'm thinking, right, the realm of possibility is actually amazing. But we want our learner leaders will be part of the Yusa'id initiative anyway. Right? But over and above that, if you're not part of the learning leadership team, but you think this is something that resonates with you, please sign up, because we have like a 6-member core team, but we want the more the merrier when it comes to something like that. Okay?
Apologies for all of you for the impromptu nature of obviously today's discussion, but in terms of you understanding it in a little bit more detail, we also have the badges now that have been delivered for our learner leaders, but we're going to do that as like a proper ceremony, so you have an opportunity to present it with them on Monday. But moving forward, I think that's the key thing that Ms. Freya said at the end there. Some of you are sat there now without a leadership role. Maybe you didn't apply, or maybe you weren't successful in terms of the interviews that we did. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't be a leader and you can't step up and you might be somebody who runs more events or less events than our head boy and head girl, or deputy head boy and deputy head girl. They have that title, yes, but they would love more than anything one of you guys in year 12 or someone in their year group to step up and say, you know what, I'm happy to support you and run all these events and give you everything that I've got. Okay, they will be promoting that. They'll be saying that's absolutely amazing. And if we see you guys stepping up, we know that our head boy, head girl, deputies are doing an amazing job, because they're letting you take that control in that environment, and they're not saying, no, I lead everything, I'm always on the microphone, I always speak. Yeah? We want to get to a point where this isn't even me and Miss Maria delivering this. You guys are standing up this time next year and saying, this is the Yusa'id program, this is what we did last year, this is what you guys as new year 12s and new year 13s are going to be doing, etc.
Right.
That's the ideal scenario we get to. And it's self-sufficient.
All right, any questions? Nope. All right, so if you still want to make changes and have not done the Yusa'id thing as one of your internship options and you want to, please feel free to contact Ms. Michelle and then we will add that on. Okay? Thank you so much for your time.